welcome to day 3. So yay, you're back again. My Mind t-shirt has arrived today, so I'm going to wear that with pride for the next 15 minutes or maybe for the rest of the day. Thank you for joining me once again. So we're going to just move through our warrior 1s and our warrior 2s in our 15 minutes of yoga together today. But we're going to start off our practice as we always do with just a bit of quiet time, a bit of time just to come back into the present moment, forget what you've just done, forget about what you've got to do after the class. And just being a bit mindful of where you are. So you can either stand, you can find a chair, you can sit on the floor, whichever way or whichever version you want to do, just making sure you're comfortable. I like to sit on the floor cross-legged, but some people will be far more happier standing. Some other people, I know I keep hitching away from you, some people will be happy standing, so just picking whichever works for you. And we're just going to start off, I think I need it as well, with a great big sigh. So a big inhale in through the nose, and then a big sigh out of the mouth. Maybe we'll do another couple of them again, they feel really good. So an inhale in through the nose, and a big sigh out through the mouth on the exhale. One more time, a nice deep breath in. And exhale and sigh all away. That's lovely. So we're going to bring one hand to the heart, one hand to the belly. And if it feels comfortable for you, going ahead and closing your eyes. We're going to focus in on our breath, just our natural rhythm for now. Notice a gentle rise and the fall of the chest and the belly with each and every breath. Maybe using your next exhale to just let those shoulders drop a little bit more down away from the ears. Next time I want you to count your inhale, so see how many beats it takes for the inhale to go from the belly all the way up to the top. So for me it's normally about 3 or 4. Then on the exhale we're just going to see if we can make that exhale last the same number of beats. So if it took 3 beats for the inhale, see if you can match that with 3 beats for the exhale. This is called our coherence breath. It's a beautiful pranayama technique just to bring you back into the present moment, bringing you back to your body. Just doing another 2 rounds of this breath. And at the next exhale, just allowing the breath to return back to normal. We can bring our hands down to the top of our thighs, drop the chin in towards the chest, and blink the eyes open to a point in front. When you're ready, with an inhale, we're going to swoop the arms up and overhead. Bring the fingertips or palms to touch at the top, and then exhale, floating them all the way back down. Just do a nice gentle warm up for the body before we start our warriors. Inhale, sweep those arms up. You can either send your gaze up to the fingers or just keep it nice and neutral, making this practice as unique as yourselves. But we always try to move with our breath, so it's the inhale that instigates the movement up, and the exhale that brings that movement all the way back down. I'm going to do one more round. So inhale, fingertips or palms are touch to the top. And then I'm going to exhale, just floating them all the way back down. We're going to make our way onto our hands and knees. We're going to just warm up the spine a little bit. So coming into our tabletop pose, we want the wrists underneath the shoulders, the knees underneath the hips. And we're looking for that lovely straight spine right from the base all the way to the crown of the head. And then when you're ready, we'll move for our cat and cow poses. So the inhale, tuck the toes under, we drop the belly down and lift the chest and the head and the neck. With your exhale, draw that chin in towards the chest, pull that belly button up towards the ceiling and lay those feet nice and flat on the ground, rounding through the spine. So on the inhale, curl the toes, drop the belly, lift the chest, the head and the neck. And on the exhale, chin in towards the chest, belly button up to the sky, feet nice and flat. And just do one more round, following the breath. When you come to take the next inhale, we're just going to come back to that nice neutral spine. Taking our feet to the widest part, knees to the widest part of our mat, our big toes into touch, taking a lovely deep breath here. Then on the exhale, we're going to send our hip bones all the way back, our sit bones coming towards the heels. If they don't quite meet it, don't worry, you can always get a rolled up blanket, some pillows, and you can just stack them. In my case, I've got a bolster here, but pillows will work just as well. Just rest them on the ankles, and then you can just allow the sit bones to rest there, walk the hands out in front, then just let the chest and the head and the neck just melt into the mat. Seeing on the exhale if you can allow the shoulders to relax ever so slightly more. Then when you're ready, we're going to walk the hands back in towards the legs, bring the torso back up into that tabletop pose. Maybe pop in, if you were using pillows or a bolster or blocks, just popping them to one side. We're going to bring our knees back in line with our hips. And this time bring the hands slightly in front of our shoulders, spreading the fingers nice and comfortably wide. The inside creases of the elbows should be facing the wall in front. Inhale, we're going to curl the toes under. And then exhale, sending the hip bones up. We're going to come into our downward facing dog. So keeping those knees nice and generously bent. You may want to pedal out the legs like I'm doing, just opening up the muscles all down the back of the legs slowly. We're just looking for that alignment of our ears to be in line with the biceps, preferably that belly button pulled in nice and tight. And then when you're ready, if you have been pedaling, we're just going to come to a still. And then on the next inhale, bending the knees generously, we're just going to walk the feet up to where our hands are. And just allow the body to hang heavy, coming into our forward fold. We're going to try and bring some of our weight into the balls of the toes to stop our hips sending backwards. But just allow the knees to be nice and comfortably bent. The top half of the body hanging heavy, allowing gravity to pull down on the head, the neck, the hands, the arms. And when you're ready with the next inhale, bring the hands onto the shins. We're going to come into half forward fold, Ardha Uttanasana. So sending that chest line out to the floor in front. And exhale, we're going to release all the way back down into that forward fold. Inhale to sweep the arms right up and overhead, fingertips or palms to touch to the top. Exhale, we're going to bring the hands down the midline of the body. We're just going to keep them at that heart center. Taking in an inhale here. On the exhale, we're going to step our left foot back, not too far back. We're going to come into a bit of a high lunge. So we just want to make sure that when that front knee is bent, that front knee is coming over that front ankle. That left heel is firmly planted in the ground. If you find that it's a struggle, just bring the feet in ever so slightly closer together. Both hips still facing forward. And with an inhale, we're going to sweep the arms up and overhead, coming in to our warrior one. So palms facing each other, fingers spread nice and wide. Inhale here. And exhale, drop those shoulders down, away from the ears. One more breath here. Then on the exhale, we're just going to sweep those hands all the way back down. We're going to pop them on our hips. Then the inhale, we're going to step that front foot up, the back foot up to meet the front foot, coming into our Tadasana mountain pose. So heels behind the widest part of the feet, shoulders rolled up and back, palms facing forward, belly button pulled in. I'm going to do the warrior one on the other side. So inhale to sweep the arms around up, And overhead, fingertips or palms to touch, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, draw those hands down the midline of the body, pausing at the heart center. This time we're going to step our right foot back. So again, taking it only as far as feels good. The key is that we want both hips still facing forward, the left knee to be over that left ankle, and that right heel to be planted on the floor. Inhale to sweep the arms round up and overhead, coming back once more into our warrior one on the other side. Going to tuck that tailbone under, drop the shoulders down away from the ears, and make sure all those muscles on the face are nice and relaxed. Inhale here, and exhale. With the next inhale, we're going to step that front back foot up to meet the front foot, and exhale, float the hands all the way back down. Inhale, sweep the arms around up and overhead, fingertips or palms to touch. And exhale, we're going to swan dive all the way forward, bending comfortably at the knees as we bring the hands all the way down to the mat or hovering just above. Inhale, hands onto shins, half forward fold. Exhale to release all the way back down. This time we're going to plant both hands either side of our feet. And then we're going to step our left foot back. So this time we're going to come into warrior two. So we're going to shimmy the right foot more towards the middle of the mat so that the front heel, if you draw a line, it cuts through the arch of that back foot. So when you're ready, with your next inhale, peeling the chest all the way up, bring the torso into that nice upright position. Again, we want to check in to make sure that front knee is still over that front ankle. And this time the hips aren't facing exactly forward, we're actually going off at a bit of an angle to the left. Inhale to sweep the right arm in front and the left arm out behind. We're going to send our gaze, our point of focus, our drishti, over that middle finger on that right hand. Inhale, we can spin both arms to face up, the palms of the hands to face up. Then on the exhale, just flicking just the wrists back, just opening up through that chest slightly more. Feeling that stability in that lower body, and that element of relaxation in the top body. One more inhale here. And then on the exhale, we'll start straightening that front leg, bringing the hands back down onto the hips. Stepping the left foot up to the top of the mat to meet that right foot. Inhale, sweeping the arms around up and overhead, fingertips or palms to touch. Exhale, hinging forward at the hips, we dive forward, bring the hands to the mat or just above. Inhale, hands to shins, half forward fold. And then exhale, hands either side of the feet. This time we're going to step the right foot back, coming into warrior two on the other side. So shimmying that left foot in towards the middle of the mat. And with that right heel planted on the floor, just make sure that this lovely line between the back of the left heel that cuts through the archway of the right foot at the back. When you're ready, with your next inhale, peeling the torso up into an upright position. Inhale to send that left arm in front and that right arm behind. With your next inhale, we're going to spin both hands to face up, palms facing up. Then on the exhale, just flicking just the wrist back. Finding that point of focus over that middle finger on the left hand this time. Remembering to breathe. Maybe let those shoulders drop slightly more. We made it to day 3, people. That's really good. And when you're ready, we're going to straighten up that front leg and just sweep the hands all the way back down onto the hips. We're going to shimmy those left toes to face forward and the right toes to face forward. Shimmy the feet in towards one another. And just allow the hands to fall down by the side as we come back into our Tadasana, our mountain pose. We'll finish off our practice with our soul intentions once more. So bring one hand to the heart and one hand to the belly. We set our intention to have a joyful and energetic body. Bring the bottom hand over the heart center. We set our intention to have a loving and compassionate heart. Bring the hands out in front, the fingertips a touch, but the base of the hands away from one another. And bringing your focus to that middle eye centre. We set our intention to have a clear, reflective and alert mind. Finally, bring the soles of the hands together and opening just the 3 middle fingers, creating our lotus bloom. And then sending our focus to a couple of inches around our body, our own energy field, our own aura. We set our final intention to have lightness in our being. Closing our hands in our prayer pose and drawing that prayer towards our heart. Thank you for coming and joining us on day 3. We're a 10th of the way through our journey. From my heart to yours, namaste. And then you get me walking back to the camera to switch it off because I don't have any fancy editing skills. Right, hopefully see you all tomorrow or in the next few days. Bye bye.